Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the week of February 17th. This week, you have this Power of Purpose card and this Great Big Love card. I love it. And I love it even more because you have the star. You know, the star is about having a North Star, having a guiding light, or that one thing you focus on that you really want to accomplish. And the Power of Purpose card kind of represents the same thing. There is this target with an arrow right in the middle. And so it kind of represents aiming towards something that you want to accomplish. And obviously, this could be something that you will love or that you already do love. We are in a very heart-based time, so I believe that anything you can do that is heart-based is, of course, a good idea. And, there could be love, but we're not really talking about love here. We're talking about, again, something that you want to accomplish or achieve in your life. Or something that you want to build even would be a good idea. It could be anything. And, I like it. You do have the tower, but it's coming up in the good stuff. So wouldn't worry about it too much. We'll definitely take a look and we'll see what's going on with it. But you start with the star, the Five of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. Again, the star is about really focusing on that one thing that you want to accomplish. Now, she's pouring this water onto the land here, and this water comes from the pool of universal consciousness, and it's flowing out into the world. And so it kind of represents what's possible for one person is possible for everyone. And so if there's some, I feel like I need to say that to you is what I'm trying to say. So if you are doubting yourself, or if you're doubting that you can do something, or if you are thinking there's too much competition for something, you have the Five of Wands, which is competition. But I feel like the star is really trying to remind you that if there's something for you, it's for you. People ask me all the time. They're like, should I start a tarot channel? There's a lot of competition. I'm like, there will always be someone who eventually kind of rises to the top, right? So, there will be eventually a person, I'm sure, who beats me even. So, it will happen at some point, right? So it's just, someone will figure something out, I'm sure, like a different way to read or a different way to present tarot, and they'll probably take off. So it's just the name of the game. And, that person could be you. And I feel the Five Wands is kind of saying that. It's like saying, it doesn't really matter how much competition there is. Doesn't matter how many people you think know more than you or any of that stuff. You have your own unique perspective, and you have your own unique way of doing things. And sometimes that's enough. So I feel that this reading is kind of about you rising above the competition. You have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords represents something that's dead, done, over with. Now, what I would say is I would be careful of someone coming back from the past, going in this direction. We have the Judgment card with the Page of Cups, Judgment is one of the only cards in the tarot that I consider an ex coming back. I don't even think the Six of Cups represents it, but, the Judgment card can. And what I would say is if someone stabbed you in the back, I would leave them in the past where they belong, plain and simple. So I would be careful. Again, we have kind of the perfect storm for exes coming back over the next few months. We have North Node in Pisces, which is kind of karmic-ish. We have Venus going retrograde. Venus will retrograde back into Pisces. We have, then we'll have, right at the end of the Venus retrograde, Mercury goes retrograde. So, we kind of have the perfect storm for it, and it's been a warning that's coming up. Yes, with the star, you have the Five of Wands. I feel this is just confirmation for the message. It's basically saying, yeah, there is competition for something that you want in life, but maybe you're the one that's going to rise above the competition. I always say with the Five of Wands that we should be learning from the competition. We shouldn't be comparing ourselves to the competition, of course, but, we can look at the competition. We can say, what is this person not doing? What are they missing? Where can I fill in a gap or whatever? And that's what I would be doing. With the Five of Wands, here you go. We have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is like fortune after difficulty, or, good things coming in after a difficult period of time. So if you have been experiencing competition or challenges, the Ten of Cups could represent overcoming those challenges. You always get the Ten of Cups with me, so as always, I would be focusing on happiness at this time and bringing more happiness into the world. I'm not really sure, I don't really see this in your astrology, Libra, so I'm not sure why you always get this. I don't know, you tell me. Are you not happy? I don't know, but, again, I think that focusing on happiness, bringing more happiness into your life is a good idea. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Five of Cups. So someone has regrets. Like I said, North Node and Pisces. I literally said this. I think it was in the collective I just did with Devin Dewar on her channel. I was saying that, I really feel with this North Node and Pisces energy, for whatever reason, and also the collection, the cluster F, we'll call it, of planets that are going to move through Pisces. I think what it's making people realize what they missed out on. So I would be very careful of someone trying to come back from the past, and, make sure that you tell yourself that you're not going to settle, right? And so there you go. I feel like I said this in your last reading as well. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have the spirit world. It says your spirit guides are sending you helpful people and opportunities your way. You have this unfolding beauty card. It says everything is unfolding as it should. Surrender and live in the unexpected. We are in a very unexpected time. Again, Pisces energy can be a little bit unexpected. We have this full moon today. I'm doing this on the day of the full moon, on the 12th. And so obviously you'll be watching this after, but full moons can last for a while, and that full moon energy. But we do have a lot of unexpected energy right now, and I think the more flexible we can be, the better. You have the King of Wands, the Judgment card in the world. The King of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, really going for something. Again, you're not going, my thing, I like the Star, don't get me wrong, very good card, but she's kind of just dipping her toe in the water in front of her. She needs to cannonball into the deep end, right? So anything that we're going to do, we have to do it. We have to make that full commitment to the things that we are wanting to commit to. And I feel that's what the King of Wands is saying. If you want to start a new business, great. But, come up with a full commitment, or come up with a list of activities you're going to do every single day to get closer to that goal, and commit to that, because that's what's going to make you successful. You have this entrepreneur card at the end, and the King of Wands is a true entrepreneur. So for any of you entrepreneurs out there, this is very good energy. You have the Judgment card. Again, I do feel this could be a past person, so I would be careful. I also feel good because this could be messages that you're receiving from your higher self. This is your higher self angel, and these people are lifting up out of these coffins. So the coffin is their old life, outside the coffin is their new life, and they need to step into their new life. I feel this reading in some ways, Libra, is saying that you need to realize that you're ready for this change. I mean, we go down to the Hermit. The Hermit has climbed to the top of this mountain. He's been through a dark night of the soul, but he's just still standing in isolation. I always say the Hermit isn't a bad card at all, but he needs to realize that he has to come down from being in isolation. He needs to shine his inner light. You have the World, same thing. The World is an accomplishment or an achievement, and this can represent being on top of the world. The Hermit is kind of on top of the world, so a lot of you have some big accomplishments that could be coming in for you at this time. We also go from the World up to the Tower. The World and the Tower to me can just represent a move, so some of you could be moving. On top of all that, you have the Judgment card and the Tower. Judgment and the Tower I consider the most powerful combination in the tarot. It represents a major revelation or a major wake-up call, which could be happening. With the King of Wands, you have the Fool. Again, he would dive into the deep end, right? The Fool is doing something that other people might call foolish. He is taking the risk of looking foolish. And, if we go all in on a business and it fails, then, people in our lives might call us foolish, right? And so I feel this is saying, take the risk. It'll be worth it. With the Judgment card, you have the Page of Swords. Yeah, this person's probably spying on you, watching you, crying at night, into their pillow about how they messed up. And I don't know, too bad, so sad is what I have to say about this here, Libra. It's if this person messed up, that's kind of on them. The other thing I would say is with the Star and the Judgment card, the Star can kind of represent an inspiration. The Judgment card can, again, be that inner calling. And the Page of Swords is about curiosity. So we are definitely in a time of curiosity where if we're curious about a new direction in life, we should just explore it. We should just see what happens. And, I feel it's a great time to be curious, ask a lot of questions, do a lot of research, and kind of be playful with things that you are working on and just see where they go. We really are being led by inspiration at this time. And the thing with inspiration is it's nothing. We could just feel excited about a new direction, but there might not be any tangible proof that what we're going to do is going to work. So we really have to kind of trust our inner voice. With the World, you have the Ten of Swords again. Yeah, this is over. I mean, I feel that this thing with this person is over, so I'm not even too worried about it with the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords can also represent a blessing in disguise. So, the Ten of Swords, he's making this symbol. Well, I'll show you. He's making this symbol with his hand, which represents a blessing. Same symbol the Hierophant is making on his card. And so you could finally be realizing that something not working out from the past was a blessing in disguise or is a blessing in disguise. And obviously that would be a good thing. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Power card and this Gateway card. You are stepping through a powerful gateway, is what this would say. You are gaining power in life, and I feel you need to realize that. Same thing with the Five Wands. It's almost like the Five Wands is saying to me that you're like putting yourself down here, but really you're like way up here. So I feel that you need to realize your power, but the only way to realize it is to like put it on display. So it's like maybe you've been learning a lot about business, but like now it's time to go start that business. Or maybe you've been learning a lot about something else, and now it's time to start, because you'll never realize your full potential unless you start, right? And I kind of feel that's what these two cards are saying. You have the Page of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Hermit. I kind of feel like you're tempted by something with this Page of Cups. I actually feel pretty good about it. But it's popping into my head as a temptation, but like I don't mean that in a bad way, right? It's almost like the thing with the Page of Cups is he's looking at this fish. And I always say that fish might not exist. We don't know. We don't know if that's part of his imagination or if it's his pet or if it's real. All we do know is he needs to prevent that fish from jumping into the water behind him and getting away. So I always look at the Page of Cups as needing to cement something in reality. You have the Tower right next to it. The Tower is about coming down to reality. And so, maybe what the reading is saying is that you've been dreaming for a very long time, and that tower would be you taking the dream down to earth and, facing reality, which is not a bad thing. This could be a good thing because it could say that you're like taking control of a situation and you're making it more real, and that is good. You have the Nine of Swords. Again, everybody worries about the Tower, but I always say the Nine of Swords is the worst card in the tarot. He's had a nightmare, and he's waking up, and he's still having a nightmare. So it's about kind of like going round and round with a situation. Again, I would be careful of a past person. Not telling you what to do. You can make your own mistakes. That's fine. We've all done it. I've done it. So I'm far from perfect. But, I would be careful of repeating a cycle with a person, because this is a repeat cycle. The Nine of Swords is really about taking control of your situation. There's a person right here in the bed, this carving down here, there's like a person hitting another person with a sword. And, the Nine of Swords is my card that says you can be the bug or the windshield. You can be the bug getting splatted on the windshield, or you can be the immovable force. And so the Nine of Swords says we have to happen to life. We have to be the one that is the force that creates life in our life. And the Nine of Swords is about kind of taking control of your situation so that you can be the one that is making life happen to you, not the other way around, right? And that's what I would do there. You have the Hermit. I definitely feel it's time to come out of Hermit mode. We have the Star, and the Hermit, he has the star in his lantern. Now, I always say that it's very tempting to stay in Hermit mode. Like, if you've been through something difficult, I think you get into this Hermit mode place. He's at the top of this mountain, but he's kind of like protected at the top of the mountain. He's in isolation. Very few people climb to the top of the mountain, so he's kind of like alone. And I think it's very tempting to stay isolated, if you've been hurt or gone through something difficult. But really, the trick with the Hermit, I believe, is to come down from the mountain and show the world what you have learned. Now, you don't have to show the world what you've learned by like showing them. You just living your life is how you do that. With the Page of Cups, you have the Tower again. So there's definitely some sort of reality. I literally said it with that Page of Cups. It's almost like you are taking something from the dream world and you're facing the reality. Now that could cause a Tower moment, right? If you have this dream to start a business and it's going to cost you $1 million, it's like realizing that and not having the $1 million is going to be a Tower moment, because you're going to be like, oh my God, how am I going to get this money, right? Tower moment, because you're facing the reality. But that's just the first step. Like facing the reality and realizing like, okay, this is going to be challenging, but people have done it. And I think that's what you need to realize with the Star is, people have probably been in worse situations than you and have done whatever you're trying to do. And the Queen of Pentacles, which you always get with me in every single reading, which is a card of resourcefulness, says if you tap into your resources, this might be a lot easier than you think. Nine of Swords, you have the Page of Cups again. Whenever we have repeating cards, especially more than one, then that kind of represents the universe saying, I meant what I said. So it's kind of like confirmation for your path, or confirmation for your journey. And I feel for a lot of you that this is just saying you're going in the right direction, whether it feels like it or not. With the Hermit, you have the Queen of Cups here. The Queen of Cups is about following your heart, and the Queen of Cups, she really does what her heart tells her to do. Now, connecting the Queen of Cups, we have the Five of Wands with the star up here going down, and again, the Queen of Cups, she doesn't really care what other people think. Same thing with the Fool card. People might call him foolish for trying to do something that might seem impossible, but he's also following his heart. He's willing to look foolish. So sometimes when I get the Fool, like personally, I consider the Fool to be a good card, but sometimes I think we have to be willing to look foolish. Most people who are successful in life, they've been called a fool probably many times. So, it is what it is. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this card that says, as an entrepreneur, you will truly have an opportunity to discover yourself and all your potential. You have this competition card, can't make that up. It says, remember that there is no competition if you are truly original. I didn't even see that at the beginning. And literally, that's what we were talking about with the Five of Wands. So there you go. Basically everything I said in this reading. And this doesn't mean you have to start a business. This could just say that there's competition in some area of your life and that you are original. And that's what you need to realize. You have the Tower, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Hangman. The Tower is about facing reality. Again, it's coming up in the good stuff, and so that kind of tells me that the Tower is a good thing in your reading. I also think that the Tower can be uncomfortable, but also a good thing. So there are, I don't really have any good examples, but there are tons of uncomfortable things that have happened to me, and I'm sure you, that led to something better. So, it's like the Tower isn't always comfortable, but it always leads to something better. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is about being resourceful, and I kind of do feel that there is like something you need to accomplish something at this time. I'm not saying it's money, but it could be money. And, I feel the Queen of Pentacles is saying that you will find a way. Like, if you really do the research, if you dig into your resources, if you are resourceful, and, I think that you will discover what you need. There's a great book, The Power of Broke, by Damon John. And in that book, he talks about all these great businesses that were started with, like, no money. And so, again, there are people that have done it. And I'm not even saying it has to be a business. It could be anything that you feel is out of reach or that would be difficult for you to accomplish. And I feel the Queen of Pentacles is saying that you have the resourcefulness necessary to make it happen. And maybe all you need to do is look at things from a new perspective. We have the Hangman. The Hangman, he has sacrificed movement so that he can gain enlightenment, but he's also looking at things from a new perspective. The Tower is a new perspective. They've been hiding in that tower, those two people, building the walls up around them too high, and now they're coming down to reality. So I feel a lot of you could be seeing reality from a new perspective, but obviously this would be a good thing. The Hangman in the good stuff to me also represents forward movement. Normally the Hangman kind of represents being on pause, but coming up in the good stuff, it would say you are probably finally moving forward. With that Tower, you have the Five of Swords. You could be causing a tower for this person as well. You could be saying no to this person and walking away, and that could be what's going on here. The Five of Swords in the good stuff represents taking a risk. It can also say that you are walking away the winner of something, so you could be winning in some sort of tower moment. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Hangman. Literally what I said, this is the solution here, is looking at your resources, but also looking from a new or different perspective. You might come up with unique solutions to the areas of your life where you don't feel you have the resources necessary. So if you can come up with a unique solution to a problem or to something where you feel like you don't have the resources, that's where your success is going to come from. With the Hangman, you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. It is an amazing time for teamwork and for working together with people who could lead to success, right? Three of Pentacles is also a card of quality work, so I would be focusing on the quality of your work. You have this table card. It says hard work ahead. It's really weird. The energy is very 50-50 for me. Like 50% of the readings that I do for other signs say don't work hard. Then the other 50% say work hard. So I don't know. Sometimes I feel it's really not, like we are in a time where I don't necessarily think we should be working hard. Now, that doesn't mean that you won't be working hard. I think really the key word for the next like 20 years is efficiency. Now, sometimes being efficient does mean hard work, but as long as you're getting a result. I look at hard work as, if I work hard on something, am I getting a more than I should, right? It's like normal work, you're getting like 50-50. You're putting this much energy in, you're getting this result. If I'm personally going to work hard on something, I need to get this much, right? I need to get more. And I think that's what this card is saying. You have this bad card. It says something important, such as a new job or a raise. Definitely could be coming in for you for sure. You have this vase card. It says secret admirer. You have the page of cups twice with the tower. Like, you could be surprised that a person is interested. So, again, if you're interested in a person, I would go for it, because it looks like you are going to be surprised that they are also interested in you. Definitely could be possible. I have something like in public popping into my head as well. Like, if you work in public, or if you work at a public place or something, like maybe it's like a customer that comes in or something that could be interested in you. So I don't know, go for it. You have this coins card. It says money will be coming to you. Yeah, money looks pretty good. Now, again, I don't think you're worried about money, but I feel like you need money. Let's put it that way with that Queen of Pentacles. I keep getting that message with the Page of Cups, the Tower, and the Queen of Pentacles there. So I feel that if you are resourceful, you will find the money that you need for sure. You have this bird perched. It says, waiting for news, package, or letter. Again, I feel pretty good about this. You've been getting these news cards with me for a while. So, there could be good news coming in for you as well. But really good, Libra. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.